Ladies and gentlemen, this year our season depends on the cooperation and support from everyone to follow the safety guidelines set by the Ohio Department of Health, the Governor's Office, and the Ohio High School Athletic Association. As we have seen, the opportunity to play sports can be taken away by the spread of COVID-19. We ask that everyone in attendance wear a facial covering, use proper hygiene, and keep yourself and your family 6 feet apart from other families. Our ability to follow these guidelines will go a long way in determining how much of a season our student athletes will have. Thank you for cooperation, and please remember there is no congregating before, during, or after the contest, and after the JV game, we will be clearing the gym. Thank you.
All good. I'm good, thanks. Plenty of time.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com. Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
We thank everyone for their cooperation in following our guidelines to keep everyone safe and allowing our student athletes the opportunity to play. We now ask for your continued cooperation as we ask the families of our JV parents to clear the gym for our varsity game. Please remember there is no congregating after the
Good evening and welcome to Trinity High School for the CVC TV Volleyball Match of the Week. This is Steve Hare, and joining me tonight on the broadcast is Haley Adams. Haley, welcome and thanks for joining us. I know after watching that JV match, you've got to be excited about what's coming for the varsity.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch this matchup. There's been a lot of talk since the last time these two teams met up. Trinity being the first team to take a set from Independence since 2016.
Yeah, and not only has Independence been dominant since 2016, when you go back to their last loss in the Chagrin Valley Conference, which was in 2012, the Blue Devils are 101-0 since then. But get this, they've won 303 of the 312 sets played. So when you talk about climbing a mountain, that's what Trinity's doing tonight.
Yeah, and as we talked a little bit before the matchup, you know, this might be a David versus Goliath matchup tonight, but Trinity can do it.
Yeah, they took one set from Independence earlier in the year, and I know in talking to Coach Susan Dizzetti, she's excited about the opportunity. She knows the girls are laser focused, but you know what? They've got some keys that they've got to stick with tonight. And for them to have a chance, number one, they've got to come out and they can't be intimidated.
Right.
It's easy to get intimidated when you play a team like Independence. 3 straight Final Fours, 2 straight back-to-back state runner-up finishes. So it's easy to come in and be intimidated. Trinity can't do that. They also have to establish their block, and that's hard to do against Independence because they don't stick to just one hitter. They've got several that can go up and hammer the ball home. And then the third key is to feed Jamie Zeckler, who's one of their top hitters, and along with Amy McCarthy. If Trinity can get those 2 hitters going, they're going to have a fighting shot tonight.
Yeah, and I think, too, Trinity has to use this home court advantage as a key as well. You know, they're familiar with their own gym. They have a little bit of a crowd here tonight that they can feed off of. So they're in a familiar area, familiar atmosphere, and I'm excited to see what they can do.
And then when you look at Independence, their keys to the match are pretty similar to everything that they come out and do. Take control early. That's one of the easiest things for a really good team to do, is just come away and take away the spirit of the fight, the opponent. And if Independence can do that early tonight, we might be able to get out of here in 3. Otherwise, they need to spread the wealth. Again, we talked about not limiting their offensive attack to just 1 hitter or 2 hitters.
Yep.
They've got multiple hitters that can come up and put the ball on the court. So they've got to do that. And then finally, they have to keep Trinity out of system. And we talked about Trinity trying to establish Zeckler and McCarthy. Independence doesn't want to allow them to do that. They want to see a lot of free balls coming back over the net. And those are the keys to the game. What do you think?
Yeah, I have to agree, and especially a team like Independence, they can't play down to their opponent's level. You know, they've set a very high standard for themselves the last, 4 or 5 years, and they have to continue to do that. So obviously they have to come out firing on all terms.
All right, and we're going to step away as we play our national anthem, and we'll allow you to listen in to the game introductions, and then we'll be back with the CVC TV Match of the Week.
We thank you for our coaches and officials and ask you to bless them as they assist us in becoming better athletes and people. How each team work together in order to play the game with the greatest sense of unity. We thank you, Lord, for providing us with the strength and talent to play this game. Help us to remember that we are to do all things in your name. Amen. Please remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Now it's time to meet tonight's student athletes. First, for the visiting Blue Devils of Independence High School, led by head coach Mr. Anthony Messina. Number 3, Ava Morial. Number 4, Hannah Wilson. Number 9, Ariana Maloney. Number 21, Ella Subak. Number 24, Macy McNamara. Number 28, Sadie Habib. And for the starters, number 2, Callie Prokopiec. Number 5, Abby Avila. Number 12, Grace Alfaro. Number 14, Sammy Barker. Number 16, Grace Motek. And number 26, Madison Stepanek. And now for your Lady Trojans! Number 2, sophomore Abby Zeckler. Number 16, junior Sophia Radovich. Number 18, junior Grace Russo. Number 5, senior Samantha Ratliff. And for your starters, junior number 14, Amy McCarthy. Junior number 10, Sophia Galen. Junior number 8, Makaya Irving. Senior number 12, Nina Scaparelli. Senior number 20, Olivia Galen. And senior number 4, Jamie Zeckler. Your lady coaches are led by head coach Miss Susan DeZuti, assisted by Marcy Zeckler and Danielle Paul. Make some noise for your Lady Trojans!
Welcome back to Trinity High School for the CVC TV Volleyball Match of the Week. I am Steve Hare, and joining me today is Haley Adams. Looking forward to this exciting matchup between the Independence Blue Devils, who come into the match 11-2, and the host Trinity Trojans, who are 9-1. Haley, what are you looking for early on?
I think it's, there's going to be a little bit of fight here for Independence, dropping that set against Trinity early on in the season. I think they have that, in the back of their mind, and they don't want that to happen this evening. So a little bit of revenge, I think, here the Blue Devils are bringing with them.
Tonight's CVC TV Match of the Week is presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. We'll hear a lot more about them throughout the broadcast. We are just moments away from the start of tonight's match. Independence won the JV match 2-1. That was an exciting finish. Trinity really came out in that second set fired up and came from behind to beat Independence. And then in that third set, Independence just had too much early on and Trinity couldn't recover. The bleachers are shaking here, Haley.
Back to serve, that is Abby Avila coming in for your setter here, and we see her go right away to Stepanek, and just wide was the hit. Oh, reversal call. Our back line judge here saw a touch off the block, so that's Stepanek's first kill early.
Madison Stepanek, named homecoming queen earlier this month.
A good set there from Jamie Zeckler, but McCarthy can't connect, giving the ball back to the Blue Devils.
Independence comes into the match ranked number 3 in Ohio in Division III.
A good three-pass there from Olivia Gallick, and a huge block early for the Blue Devils.
Stepanek on the block.
Steve, I think sometimes that's a stat that gets overlooked a lot of times. We see the big kills from your outside hitters, but we don't talk much about those big blockers in the middle. And that's McCarthy's first kill on the evening. And that was one of Trinity's keys to this matchup, was getting McCarthy started early, and we see that happen right there.
Yeah, they definitely need her to get rolling. That's kill number 124.
And that's an ace there for Jamie Zeckler. One of the hardest balls to defend is off the top of the net, off that top tape. And that hit goes long there for Smotek. That's Prokopis there on the swing, but Trinity does a good job of keeping the ball alive. And that's Stepanek that puts that hit away.
Stepanek's going to get credit for the kill there, but Callie Prokopius
Yes.
hammered that ball, but it was well played by the Trinity defense.
And I think that's another key too, Steve, is that Trinity has to keep their ball on their side. They have to keep the ball alive if they want to take a set away.
That's where it's going to start, on the defensive end.
A roll shot there from the libero and Samantha Ratliff.
Little miscommunication there on the Independence
Yeah,
side.
I'm not exactly sure what happened that time around, but this is McCarthy back to serve for the Trojans. And her serve is just long down the line.
Those are the type of unforced errors
Yes.
that you really have to avoid in a match like this.
Especially against Independence, you have to take care of the ball on your side. And that's a kill for Sophia Gallick off the libero of McNamara. Ratliff back to serve. And she goes long. Again, Steve, we talked about those unforced errors. That's back-to-back service errors now for the Trojans. Handled well there by Ratliff. And that's a kill for Grace Tolliver. Steve, I talked a little bit. I was looking at the stat lines. And Independence uses their outside hitters quite a bit, but this evening they've really used their middles in Stepanek and now Tolliver.
7-6 here in the early goings. We've seen 3 service errors, 2 by Trinity, 1 by Independence.
This is Sophia Gallick back to serve. Smotek handles it. And that's Barther on that hit. And that goes off Callie Prokopis. And they call Trinity in the net. I believe that was Irving who got called. Oh, excuse me. That's Jamie Zeckler who got called for being in the net.
Yeah, Irving went up and had the block. I thought it looked pretty clean, and it must have been Zeckler that snuck in there.
This is Barther back to serve. McCarthy handles it well. Dug out by McNamara. And a kill for Smotek.
We'll talk about Grace Smotek a little bit later, but what a career she's had so far.
Yes. That's Ratliff that cuts it off from McCarthy. Dug out by Barther, and Avila tries to go over on 2, but the Trinity defense is ready. Dug out by Prokopis. And that's Barther coming out of the back row for a pipe, as you would call that, but goes wide.
A pipe?
A pipe, that is your hit.
That's why you're the best color analyst in the business.
It pays that I played this sport. That comes in handy. Handled well that time by Avila, but an unforced error, an unusual error there by Smotek.
Well, one of the keys to victory tonight for Trinity was to not come out intimidated. They certainly haven't.
No, the little bit of a run that Independence has gone on, they've been able to answer. And Trinity's block is doing a good job of getting a touch off of Smotek. But Smotek finds the court and gets a roll shot to go down. Stepanek comes back into the front row as Tolliver goes back to serve. Handled cleanly there by Ratliff. And Irving tries to get the tip to go down, but it's McCarthy who finishes it at the net. Excuse me. This is Scaparrotti that comes back into the front row for the Trojans as Irving goes back to serve. Another service error for the Trojans. That's 3 here just in the first set alone.
You're already climbing a mountain, and now you're making it a little bit more difficult on yourself.
A block there between Smotek and Stepanek. Both blocks have impressed me this evening early on. I think it's the Blue Devils who have maybe gotten a couple more that have gone down, but Trinity's block is doing a good job of slowing down Smotek. Tip handled cleanly. A little bit of a confusion there between Avila and Stepanek. A nice diving effort there from Barther, but McNamara can't get it over.
Really have been impressed with Trinity's ability to get up and guard the net.
Just as soon as we say that, Steve, we have another unforced error. Smotek goes back to serve for the Blue Devils.
Deep in that back corner.
She does a jump float. McCarthy on the right side gets the touch off the block. She wins the point and wins the serve. Topspin there from McCarthy, but handled cleanly by the Blue Devils. But it's Sophia Gallick and Scaparrotti that get that block.
Yeah, I'm going to give that to Scaparrotti. She got up there.
Just long there for McCarthy.
Trinity had pulled even at 13-13, and then you have the service error. Those are rally killers.
Yes, yes. This is McNamara in the back corner. She has a float serve that likes to die at the very end, and that's Scaparrotti that goes long. Steve, take away a couple of those service errors and hitting errors, and Trinity's either leading this game or tied at 15.
Absolutely.
A deep serve there, but Ratliff handles it cleanly. Avila goes behind her to find Prokopis that gets the tip to go down.
Callie Prokopius, she's that dangerous lefty, but right there she came with a little tip.
You love to see the lefty on the opposite side, on that right side.
It's almost not fair.
Ooh. Zeckler thought she had the setter dump, but gets called for a double.
Independence now with its biggest lead of the match at 17-13.
And that's Trinity that calls a timeout to stop this run here by the Blue Devils.
Let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsor.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
And we're back here, 17-13, Independence with its biggest lead of the match. Trinity with the forced service errors.
Yeah.
They really have to clean those up if they want to maintain their level of play here and give Independence a run for its money.
And Steve, I don't even think they have to go back to the service line to get aces. Just put the ball in play. Once you put the ball in play, it makes Independence think, causing them to create errors. Ratliff handles it cleanly. And a kill right out of the timeout for Sophia Gallick.
She hammered that ball too.
Steve, she is not the tallest girl on the court, but she can get up.
She came into the match with 34 kills. And there's another one.
And the issue with having service errors early in the first set is it begins to play a mind game with you, sets 2 and 3. A nice job there by Tolliver to tool it off the block and get a kill. Procopius back to serve for the Blue Devils. She targets McCarthy there and gets the the Trojans out of system. And it's Tolliver again who gets the kill, but I believe they called a Trojan in the net.
Yeah, they blew that whistle before she even hit the ball.
Yeah.
But it was going down either way.
A nice concentration play there from Ratliff and a rare blocking error there from Tolliver. But gives the ball back to Trinity and Sophia Gallick to serve. And out of system ball for the Blue Devils, and Procopius can't get the ball over the net. Smotek handles the first ball. And it's Barther who gets the hit out of the middle. A free ball opportunity for the Blue Devils. And again, it's Tolliver who gets the kill. And Steve, if you're Trinity, like we mentioned earlier in this match, you don't want to send over a lot of free ball opportunities because a team like Independence is going to use those to their advantage. Excuse me.
Absolutely. We talked about Trinity trying to take Independence out of system. They haven't done that yet.
A three ball here from Ratliff. And it's Irving who gets the tip to go down. This is Sadie Habib who comes in for Barther. Procopius handles that one. And Smotek tries to get the roll, but McCarthy's there. And a good push there from Sophia Gallick. And a block for Irving and McCarthy.
Yeah, I saw McCarthy go up and get that one.
Black is coming alive this evening.
That was one of the keys to victory, and so far Trinity has been up to that challenge.
A good job there by Smotek to keep the ball alive. And it's McCarthy with the hammer and finds the floor.
She came into the match with 123 kills, so she knows her way around the net.
A good push there from Avila, and Smotek finds the line. That's a hard shot to defend there as Smotek lasers it down the line.
Smotek, a 4-year varsity player for Independence. Outstanding player all the way around.
That's Jamie Zeckler who gets a kill, and you won't see Jamie Zeckler come off the court much as she's part-time setter, and that looks like she was middle coming out of that rotation. Irving Her serve is in play. And Zeckler's hit goes long.
While we got a moment, I want to thank Trinity student Alex Say Williams for manning our camera tonight. He's done a great job.
I thought a velo serve might have hit the line, but ends up going long.
The home crowd isn't going to complain.
An ace for Jamie Zeckler. And that'll force Coach Messina to call a timeout.
Were you hurt during today's game or have a joint bone or muscle injury? Don't wait for treatment. Go to a Cleveland Clinic Ortho Express Care where orthopedic specialists can see you without an appointment. You can find it on Ortho Express Care in Avon, Solon, and Garfield Heights.
Independence up 23-22 here in the first set. This is exactly the type of match that Trinity had to come out and play, minus those service errors.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Trojans right now, you're just telling them, not to give up on any type of play. But if you're the Blue Devils, it starts at their passing, as they've had a couple out-of-system balls that have caused them to really rely on their outside hitters that Trinity is focusing in on.
Bleachers are a-rocking again. Same way they were in the JV match.
And that's a Prokopius that gets that hit to go down. Smotek goes back to serve as Barther comes back into the front row for the Blue Devils. And a timeout called by Trinity to slow things down a little bit with the Blue Devils.
The best care available. That's why Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine offers treatments and services for all your sports care needs. Call 877-440-TEAM or visit clevelandclinic.org/sportsmedicine to learn more. Cleveland Clinic Sports Medicine, treating
24-22 coming out of a timeout. What are you looking to do if you're Trinity?
Just side out. Get the next point. Take it point by point. Don't try to get 3 points within one. Again, Smotek at the line to serve. And right away they go to McCarthy, but she uses the big block as a tool and gets a kill. A tough serve there by McCarthy. And Barther ends the first set with a kill.
Well, that's what you want to do if you're Independence. We talked about spreading the wealth. They did that, and they come out with the win in the first set, 25-23. But if you're Trinity, it's what if, what if, what if.
Yeah, I think we can look at those what ifs as those 4 or 5 missed serving errors, a couple of their hitting errors that became at a timely cost. Like you said, it killed a rally here and there. But if you're Independence, I think success came from obviously getting that first ball pass and setting up their middles. Their middles were a huge success there, especially in Stepanek.
Yeah, let's take a moment to thank the sponsor of the CVC TV Match of the Week, Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery.
Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Welcome back to Trinity High School for the CVC TV Match of the Week. Independence wins the first set, 25-23. Tolliver led the Blue Devils with 4 kills. Smotek added 3, and Stepanek had a pair. Callie Prokopius with 3 digs. And over on the Trinity side, McCarthy with 3 kills. Olivia Gallick with 3 digs, and Sophia Gallick with 2 kills, 2 digs, and Jamie Zeckler had a pair of kills.
Yeah, and looking at that, I think for Trinity, you have to get Jamie Zeckler going and Amy McCarthy. McCarthy has been lethal on the opposite right side. But again, if you're the Blue Devils, go to your middles. Madison Stepanek has been crucial in that middle spot.
Madison Stepanek will talk about her blocks all night long, and again, we'll talk about her blocks all winter long, as she's a standout on the Independence basketball team.
Woohoo! I'm all for multi-sport athletes.
Absolutely. And at the small school level, it's crucial.
Yes.
Talked about Madison Stepanek, one of the seniors, Grace Smotek, one of the seniors. When you look at what this senior class at Independence has done, you can't help but be impressed. 86-13, 44-0 in league play over the last 4 years, 3 straight state Final Fours, and back-to-back state runner-up finishes. That's a heck of a senior class.
What a resume.
And they're not done yet. And even with this season, as well as they've played, and regardless of what they do, it's still going to be a season of what if.
Yep.
Because junior Hannah Wilson was injured before the season, and she's been out all year. You add her into the lineup, and holy cow, they're tough to stop.
That's Ratliff that gets us going here in the second set. A nice dig by Olivia Gallick. And early on, they go to Stepanek. And that's McCarthy that goes down the line. A little bit of confusion there between the line judge and the upper official.
All right, they got it right. It looked like it was in. And
I'm not quite sure what the delay was there, Steve. Handled cleanly there by Barther. And it's again Stepanek that gets the kill.
she was determined on that one. Almost angry putting that ball down.
Avila on the serve. A good job there by covering. That was Jamie Zeckler that originally got that blocking coverage, and then I believe it was Stepanek or Smotek that ends up getting the kill and causes McCarthy to be in the net. Zeckler has to chase it down. A good play there by McNamara.
Trinity hanging tough here with Independence.
And again, Jamie Zeckler goes long.
By my count, that's the 5th service error.
Yeah.
You lose the first, right, and you lose the first set by 2 points.
Yep. A good push there from Zeckler, but Scaparrotti can't handle it. This is Smotek back to serve for the Blue Devils.
Keep saying I'm going to talk a little bit more about Smotek. We'll get to it.
And Zeckler goes behind McCarthy, and what's the result? Another kill for her stat line.
That was an impressive one, too.
Yes.
Almost hid from the defense a little bit.
Back-to-back service errors again, Steve, for the Trojans. Zeckler tries to go behind her, but gets called for the double.
Those service errors, those are almost like a turnover in a football game. And when you're trying to beat a heavily favored team, those things you can't afford those.
Handled cleanly there by McCarthy. And Zeckler will go to her in the back row, but a nice job there by Avila to get the dig. A good job there by McNamara to take the second ball.
Procopius had a good swing at that one.
Avila tries to go over on two, but it clips the top of the net. A free ball opportunity here for the Blue Devils. And a solo stuff for Scaparrotti.
That was big coming off of a free ball.
Yes. And the Blue Devils did exactly what they should, go to a fastball out of the middle with their middle hitter, but Scaparrotti was there waiting for it. Barther gets a kill. Procopius goes back to serve. A nice dig there by McNamara. And it's Smotek that comes down the back row, but her hit goes wide, and this is Sophia Gallick to go back to serve for Trinity.
Once again, want to thank Alex C. Williams, a student at Trinity, for running our camera tonight.
That's Barther who gets a kill out of the middle. Avila doing a very nice job this evening of spreading out her offenses. That was one of the keys to Independence's success this evening, was using her wealth.
It's got to say, through the first set and almost a half, those keys to victory were on point.
Yes. It's Irving who has a hitting error and forces her coach to call a timeout.
Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
And now we're going to get back to finally talking about Grace Smotek. I've talked about her throughout the match, but when you look at what she's done in her 4-year career, 297 sets played, 819 kills, 145 aces, and 561 digs. That's just a great all-around player.
That's an awesome stat line.
And then when you look at the accomplishments of the team during her 4 years and the leadership that she's provided, especially in the last couple of years as a junior and a senior, that's a heck of a player to have on your squad.
And I think too, Steve, Independence has had some great senior classes here the last couple of years that she's really gotten to train off of and learn those leadership roles from them. I believe that's Olivia Gallick who gets that kill through the block. Handled cleanly there by Procopius, and it's Tolliver that goes behind Avila. A nice hustle play there by Irving to keep the ball alive. And it's Avila who sends it over on two. Steve, what a great play there by Irving to keep that ball alive.
She's had a nice game, especially on the block.
Yes, getting touches to slow down that offense.
And that's what Trinity really needs, is somebody to step up.
McCarthy gets a kill as it goes through the hands of Procopius. McNamara comes back in as libero for the Blue Devils as Ratliff goes back to serve. Zeckler tries to go line, but McNamara is there. A nice dig on the back row by Olivia Gallick, and McCarthy has to send a down ball over.
That was a great dig. Smotek tried to go cross court.
Procopius gets caught being sucked in a little bit, not holding line there that time around. And again, I believe McCarthy gets that kill, or Steve, who records that kill?
I didn't see it. I'm switching in between cameras.
You're fine, you're okay. That's the Trinity block of Zeckler and Scaparati that gets Smotek on the block. But that's Smotek who comes back around the second time and gets the ball to the floor.
Trinity hanging tough. Their block has been impressive.
Yes. Again, with powerful hitters like the Blue Devils have, that's all you can ask from a block is to slow it down and get touches on it. McCarthy finds the middle of the court.
Sometimes it doesn't have to be the big hit.
Yep.
It just has to be placed correctly.
Yep, and McCarthy's had a couple of those, whether she's gone down the line with the laser or in the middle of the court with a tip, and an unusual play there for the Blue Devils, but they get it over. A little bit of a quicker set there.
McCarthy really wanted to hammer that one home. She went just a bit long.
This is Smotek back to serve. A kill there for Smotek out of the back row, and Trinity's bench is pleading there for contact or Barther in the net, but won't get the call.
Right, it did look like Barther got a little bit close to that net. I won't call it, but the Trinity fans surely wanted the call.
A block there between Stepanek and Barther.
Want to give a big shout out to Wendy Patton for handling our stats tonight, so we can provide you some of those in-game stats as we move along.
Again, Stepanek and Prokopius get that block.
Independence now with its biggest lead of the match, 15-10, a 5-point advantage.
A nice play there by Prokopius to keep the ball alive, but Barther does her best, but can't seem to get a touch on it.
Also want to give a shout out to CVC Commissioner Don Lewis for showing up here at Trinity. He didn't bring any peanut M&Ms though. We're going to have to train him better, Haley.
Tolliver coming back into the front row for Independence as McNamara goes back to serve. She goes right at Trinity's libero and Ratliff. Smotek out of the back row, but it's McCarthy who picks up the dig. Prokopius goes long, but Steve, I don't know how well we can pick up sound down there, but being a former volleyball player, I can hear Smotek yelling cross, cross, cross at Prokopius, and that's just basically telling her what's open on the court. That's a solo stop there for Irving. Again, you know, we talk about the big hitters in the front row, but a lot of times, you know, your back row players get overlooked as they're able to see what's open on the court, whether it's a zone or cross court or line, and that time around we heard Smotek calling cross.
We talked about that leadership that Smotek brings.
Yeah. That's Tolliver that goes long on the hit, and it's the Trojans that are trailing now by 2.
It's a game of runs, and right now Trinity's on one.
That's Tolliver who gets the kill through the block.
That time Irving with a attack error, but she's been pretty spot on tonight.
Yeah, pretty consistent, giving a lot of, like I said, touches off the block for her defense, but just being consistent. And that's Procopius who gets the ace down the line.
She snuck that one right into that far corner. Once again, let's take a break from the action during this timeout to thank our sponsor.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
And we're back here at Trinity High School. Independence leading 19-14 here in the second set. The Blue Devils won the first set 25-23. Exciting opener for the evening, and it followed an exciting JV match.
Yeah, and it's down the stretch that I was really impressed with was Independence's serving. I think they recorded 3 or 4 service aces to really close out that third set. Again, this is Procopius back to serve. Off the tape. A nice dig there by Jamie Zeckler to keep the ball alive. A dig there by Smotek, a one-handed dig. And it's Irving who gets called for being in the net again.
I don't think that ball was coming back. Tolliver just hammered that.
McCarthy does a good job of handling that one. And a dig there by McNamara. Procopius gets the dig. A nice job there by Zeckler to record the dig. And a smart play there from Olivia Gallick at zone 4.
I love hearing you talk about the zones, Haley. I was listening to the Berkshire Cardinal broadcast the other night and your explanation of that, and I don't think enough color analysts get into that and explain that.
Yeah, so again, the court's broken up, into 6 sections, quote unquote 6 zones, and a lot of times you'll see coaches or assistant coaches, Nats, Tolliver getting the kill out of the middle, but a lot of times you'll see your coaches holding up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a fist as 6, and that's telling them where to serve or targeting, a certain player on the court. And again, we hear, the back row players calling them across, or line. And again, that's just telling them what's open on the court as a hitter or as a server.
Yeah, that's great information. And, my daughter's played volleyball. I've covered volleyball for years. You learn a few things as you go,
right.
But watching a game, you don't really understand all of that unless you've played it or coached or, been around it that way. But, yeah, that's great information.
I've always said too, Steve, I wish I had the knowledge that I have now when I was a player, because you do see things differently when you're in the stands watching the game. Again, that's Tolliver who gets a kill. Yeah,
that's always the case is if I knew then, if I knew back then what I know now, that kind of thing. But that's why coaches watch film, and that's why they want their players to watch film, because you do see it from a different perspective.
We have Ava Morrell coming in. McCarthy handles the first pass pretty well. And I'm not sure if that was Irving or Zeckler on the tip. I do believe that was Irving coming around.
That was definitely Irving. Yeah, she's had a nice game.
Sadie Habib comes in to the back row for the Blue Devils as Olivia Gallup goes back to serve. Habib handles that first pass well. And it's Smotek that comes in. And talking a little bit about zones, I'm going to throw some other numbers out at you. A lot of times you'll see the setter hiding behind her jersey, again, numbers 1 through whatever, and that's telling her hitters what type of set she's going to run. So there's sections on the set, or on the net, that's broken up by height and then by from the outside in being broken up as well. So a lot of times you'll hear your setter calling certain spots on the court as well.
And as we were discussing that, Independence went ahead and finished off that set 25-16. The Blue Devils now up 2-0 with a 25-23 win, and now a 25-16 win. So now you're at that point when you're Trinity, and now you've got to feel some pressure. Now you've got to play a little bit more inspired, and I think they've played very inspired throughout this point, so I'm not sure how much more they have, but they're in trouble at this point.
Right, and I think only the thing that we can really look at is maybe the unforced errors that they're having, whether that be a hitting error, whether that be a service error, that maybe have gotten away from them a little bit, and not necessarily playing reserve, but they do have to play it a little bit more safe. You know, they can't go out trying to hammer the ball, maybe play a little bit more smarter on the court and see what's open.
Right, and let's take another break to thank our sponsors. The CVC TV Volleyball Match of the Week is presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery.
Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Welcome back to Trinity High School for the CVC TV Game of the Week, presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. I'm Steve Hare, and joining me in it's not the press box, but up here in the crow's nest, whatever you want to call it, is Haley Adams. Haley, a graduate of Cardinal High School in the Chagrin Valley Conference, has been doing a lot of work for the CVC and for Ohio Varsity over the last several years, so great to have her spitting some knowledge up here on volleyball. But, yeah, you've been doing a great job. I really enjoyed your calls for the Berkshire Cardinal matches. You're doing a lot of work for GTV. I like to see that. Really want to see more young women get involved in not just sports writing and broadcasting, but just everything around sports photography and all of that. So it's great to see, and hopefully you inspire some girls to follow in your footsteps.
Yeah, I hope I can. And being locally, from Middlefield, I hope to encourage other girls, like you mentioned, in the CVC, but just young females in general, because they do too deserve a spot, in the press box or on the floor.
Absolutely, and let's take a look at the second set leaders. Grace Smotek with 4 kills for Independence. Sammy Barther had 3, and Grace Tolliver had 3. Macy McNamara had 3 digs, and Smotek had a pair of digs. Over for Trinity, McCarthy had a big set with 3 kills, and some of those deflated the ball. Ratliff had 3 digs, and Jamie Zeckler and Olivia Gallick each had a pair of digs. Those stats courtesy of Wendy Patton. Thank you, Wendy.
That's Avila back to serve for the Blue Devils. Stepanek sneaks it through the block somehow, some way.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to be a Trinity point, and that ball, just seeing eyeball, ended up on Trinity's floor.
A nice touch there between Smotek and Stepanek to slow McCarthy's hit down. And they get McCarthy or Scaparati in the net. A nice hustle play there from Sophia Gallick, but can't get the ball over the net. And Steve, especially in this third set, Trinity cannot find themselves down early. Playing from behind is so tough, and they don't want to get themselves caught in that. Jamie Zeckler tries to go over on 2. Barther tries to track it down.
fans, just a reminder, you can watch this match on demand on CVC TV. Go to the CVC website, chagrinvalleyconference.com, and click on CVC TV to relive tonight's contest.
That's Barther who gets the kill off of the roll shot. I don't think McCarthy really knew what she wanted to do that time around. Had her hands kind of right above her face and was unable to provide the dig for her team. This is Smotek back to serve for the Blue Devils. A beautiful set there by Zeckler, but Independence handles it well. And it's Barther, who tries to go above the hands and go high hands, but her hit goes long, and this is McCarthy now to serve.
Stepanek hammers that one home. Trinity got a little touch on it, but it was not coming back Independence's way.
And that's Trinity who calls her first timeout of the set.
Once again, you can rewatch this match. It'll be on demand at CVC TV. You can reach that by going to www.chagrinvalleyconference.com. Once again, we want to thank Ohio Center for Facial, Oral, and Implant Surgery for making CVC TV a reality. Really impressed with Trinity's fans tonight, both in the JV game and here in the varsity contest. A lively bunch.
A nice serve there by McNamara out of the timeout. And it's a free ball kill there for Independence. A little bit of confusion there between Avila and her hitters, but the ball finds the ground there for Independence.
Whatever it takes, right?
Right. McCarthy gets called for the double. And it's Grace Russo who comes in for her in the back row.
Well, Independence matches its biggest lead of the match at 7-2.
A nice shot there by... and Ratliff gets out of the way there on that swing as Irving comes back in the front row.
That one went just a little bit long for Independence. But how tough is it when you come in with as much anticipation, as much energy as Trinity did, and you played so well in that first set, even played well in the second, but now you're down 2-0.
Yeah, and I mean, it's tough, but I think though too, you know, if they don't come out on top of this match, I think they can use a little bit of it as, you know, a positive takeaway, because you can look at, you're one of the first teams since 2016 to even take a set from Independence. Very rare. Build off of that. You know, maybe this isn't the year that you guys do end up beating them, but grow from that and use it as motivation as you head into the playoffs.
Well, you know, in the CVC, there are so many teams that have been dominant that sometimes when you play in a match like this or a football game against a Kirtland, you're really going in and it's the test. Kind of, where are we? Let's challenge ourselves and see what we can do. If you can pull out a win, great. But at the minimum, you want to go out and show that you can compete.
You can compete, absolutely. That's Tolliver who gets a kill off of Irving's block. And Procopius into the net, her serve goes. This is Sophia Gallick back to serve for the Trojans. McNamara handles it, and it's Barther with the swing. That's Jamie Zeckler for Trinity. And out of the back row is Procopius.
She's just deadly with that left arm swing.
She is, and that hit there, Steve, Some coaches call it a pike. Different names, obviously, for different areas of the court, especially in the back row.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, I think she came into this match with 4 kills. I think she's doubled her output already.
Yeah, she has. That's a service ace there for Barther and the Blue Devils. Sophia Gallick gets called for the double that time around.
Barther had 24 aces coming into the match, so she's adding to her total tonight.
A nice back set there from Gallick. And it's Smotek who gets a kill off of Russo.
Smotek was pretty quiet in that second set, and as it turned out, she still led everybody in kills. So.
Right. She's almost like a silent assassin or something, Steve.
She is, she is.
This is McCarthy back into the middle back there for Trinity. She handles that pass cleanly, that serve cleanly. And a little bit of a rare setting error there from Sophia Gallick.
The real interesting thing about Callie Prokopius is she was playing libero in the first half of the season, so what she's done is pretty amazing, and that's why her kill numbers were down.
Right, a nice play there by Avila off of the block.
Big shout out to Annie McGee for that tidbit of info. I could have kept it to myself and pretended like I was knowledgeable.
That's Smotek who powers it past the block. Timeout taken there by the Trojans.
14-5. It's now the biggest advantage of the match for either team, a 9-point advantage for the Blue Devils. Once again, CVC TV's Volleyball Match of the Week is presented by Ohio Center for Oral, Facial, and Implant Surgery. It's great to have a sponsor to be able to bring this type of action to the CVC fans. A lot of the schools that don't get this type of coverage or just to have a game streamed on the internet. And I know almost everybody's doing it now, and you can see them on Facebook and YouTube and everywhere else. We're hoping to pack a little bit more punch into the CVC TV broadcast and bringing in quality announcers like yourself. I think that adds to the show.
I think too, Steve, a little bit of a positive takeaway from such a crappy year, I guess you could say, of 2020 is, like we've mentioned, this coverage that teams have been able to have from basically the luxury of their own home. You can sit back on a Friday night and watch, a Berkshire versus Cardinal game, a rivalry game like that. So.
Yeah, I've loved it, and I said that on Twitter a couple times. The silver lining is everything's being streamed now.
Another ace there for Barther as a little bit of communication between Sophia Gallick and Jamie Zeckler. A nice flow serve there by Barther, but McCarthy handles it well. And Prokopius tries to dig it, but is unable to. This is Habib that comes into right back.
I don't know if you heard it, but a Trinity fan yelling some encouragement to the Trojans. You're not out of it, and they aren't at this point, but time is slipping away.
Very quickly, especially off of another service error like that. That one by Ratliff.
Trojans definitely came out, played inspired. That first set was back and forth, 20, wow.
And that's Jamie Zeckler doing all that she can to get her team fired up.
And it's a kill like that can do it. They start runs.
Scaparati is back into the front row as Irving goes back to serve. Prokopius handles that serve cleanly. And it's Smotek, but Irving does her best. And it is Scaparrotti that ends up into the net.
17-7. Independence up on top, leading 2-0 here.
This is Ella Suvak that comes into the front row. Avila's serve goes long.
We haven't seen much of Ella Suvak, but during warm-ups, she was hammering the ball.
Yeah, she can come in here and really take a match away from a team. Excuse me, a set. Ratliff does all she can to control Smotek's hit, but Smotek just too powerful and too strong. Barther comes back into the front row for Habib.
Now after that big kill, Grace Smotek gets to go back in the corner and serve.
And it's Stepanek that her block gets sent out of bounds from the power of McCarthy. Top spin there from McCarthy. A nice dig by Ratliff to keep the ball alive. And they're going to go to McCarthy out of the back row, and Barther thought that ball might have gone long, but...
We talked about Zeckler and McCarthy early, and we've needed to see a little bit more of McCarthy. They got her going here in the third set, but it might be too late.
Again, another service error for the Trojans, and this is McNamara that goes back to serve for the Blue Devils. And that's Barther who gets the kill.
Sammy Barther certainly softened the blow of losing Hannah Wilson for the season. She's been a great player for the Blue Devils thus far, but it's hard to replace a Hannah Wilson.
This is Ariana Mallarny for the Blue Devils in the front row. A nice job there by Zeckler to get a clean set to Scaparrotti for the kill. Irving comes back into the front row as Ratliff goes back to serve.
Scaparrotti recognized that block early and changed direction.
A nice pass there from Smotek. And Tolliver sends it over, but it's Olivia Gallick who gets the kill off the block.
I want to give a shout out to both athletic directors for their cooperation and getting this broadcast put together. I love the player headshots that they sent me.
Oh, a great timing play there by Avila, but it was Jamie Zeckler who got that ball on.
That ball looked like it was on the floor.
Again, she gets a pancake. Zeckler doing all she can to keep her team alive. Zeckler goes back-to-back pancakes as she just got her fingertips underneath the ball.
That was two great defensive plays by Trinity, but they have nothing to show for it as Independence scores the point.
Procopius goes back to serve for the Blue Devils.
She's very tough with that jump serve.
Avila again, Tolliver. Haven't heard much of her here in this third set, but she's done her damage in the first and second set.
Right, and that's what we talked about earlier, is Independence just has so many hitters.
Weapons, yes.
They don't have to go back to one over and over again.
Right. McCarthy tries to tip out of the back row, but Procopius is there. And it's Mallarny who gets the kill.
Mallarny coming alive here in the third set.
And Steve, that can always be so tough coming off the bench. You know, you warm up during, obviously, warm-ups and hitting lines, but you sit on the bench there for a while, your shoulder can get cold and your legs can get cold, but Mallarny doing a good job of staying alive as I just jinxed her on that last hit.
It happens.
This is Sophia Gallick back to serve for the Trojans.
Trinity's trying to stay alive here in the third set.
A rare hitting error by Tolliver.
Folks, stick with us after the match ends. We're going to try something fun tonight with some courtside interviews. It'll just take us a few minutes to get that all set up.
A good court awareness there by Avila. She gets her own kill. Smotek comes back into the front row as Mallarny goes back to serve. Olivia Gallick gets the kill off of Procopius.
Trinity still alive, 24-15.
Avila has to track down, and it's Mallarny who tries to follow it up, but another point given to the Trojans as they try to extend this set.
Once again, a big shout out to Alexei Williams, a Trinity student, for his work on the camera tonight as our match comes to an end.
We thank everyone for their cooperation in following our guidelines to keep everyone safe and allowing our student athletes the opportunity.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for us here from Trinity High School. Independence wins this match 25-16. I'm sorry, wins this third set 25-16, and they're going to win the match 3-0. That's another sweep for the Blue Devils. They won the first set 25-23. They won the second 25-16, and they pulled out the match with a 25-16 win in the third set. We're going to have some final match stats for you momentarily, and we've got Haley Wilson headed down courtside to talk with Grace Smotek and Madison Stepanek, the two seniors from Independence. She'll be with us just momentarily as we wait for her to get courtside. The coaches are talking to their players after the match. We'll have a final wrap-up for you as far as our final statistics. We want to thank our sponsor tonight, so let's take a quick break while we do that, and we'll come back with our stats and our player interviews.
Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Orofacial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Okay, folks, we're back here at Trinity High School where Independence just defeated the Trojans 3-0. Independence came out, won the first set 25-23. Trinity did everything it could to stay in that match. The second set, Independence pulled out 25-16, and they won by an identical score, 25-16, in the third set. We are getting ready for a courtside interview, and while we do that, I'm going to continue to provide some statistics for you. As soon as Wendy Patton finishes tallying those up for us, I want to give her a shout out for coming out and tallying up our statistics. Haley Adams down courtside, waiting on Madison Stepanek and Grace Smotek, the two Independent seniors. Okay, and so some final statistics here for Callie Procopius. 1 ace, 3 kills and a dig. For Mallarny, she had a pair of kills. Grace Tolliver finished with 8 kills. Grace Smotek with 10. Madison Stepanek with 5. Macy McNamara led the Blue Devils with 6 digs. Smotek had 5. Jamie Zeckler finished with an ace and 4 kills for the Blue Devils. For the Trojans. Amy McCarthy with a team high 6 kills. Olivia Gallick added 5 for the Trojans. One moment, folks. We have some technical difficulties here with our sideline reporter. I'll be right back with you.
Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery diagnoses and treats facial pain and injuries, and also offers a full range of dental implants and bone grafting procedures. Look no further than the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery for all of your oral surgery and cosmetic surgery needs. Please visit their website at www.ohsurgery.com.
Just record it. Okay, folks, some technical difficulties on that, so we're going to pass on our courtside interview. But we do want to thank you for joining us in our broadcast presented by Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. Our sponsor has made CVC TV a reality for Chagrin Valley Conference fans. And on that note, we're going to wrap things up. Independence improves to 12-2 on the year, 7-0 in the Chagrin Valley Conference. Trinity drops to 9-2, which, when you look at that, both losses are to Independence. Trinity has nothing to be ashamed of. 2 quality losses there. They took a set from Independence, became the first league team to do that against the Blue Devils since 2016. Outstanding match tonight. A lot of intensity on both sides. And I want to thank you all for tuning in and look forward to our next broadcast on CVC TV on Friday. We'll have some information on that. You can rewatch this broadcast at any time on demand by going to chagrinvalleyconference.com. Thank you, folks. I'm Steve Hare for Haley Adams, Wendy Patton, Alex Say Williams, and everybody at the